Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome to another video for The Walking Dead. This is season 6, episode 4, and it is entitled Here's Not Here. And I think everybody was really hoping that we were going to get maybe some resolve of, last week's uh, last week's mind blowing episode with Glenn. But I think I said the last episode that we're not going to get anything this week, or probably maybe not even next week, possibly next week. But I don't think so. I think they're really going to try to you know spread this out a little bit. Maybe not until what, like the seventh, eighth, ninth episode, maybe. They're really going to put it out there and keep it out there and keep you waiting. They want to keep everybody waiting for what is the real fate of Glenn? Is he alive? Is he dead? But anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. I really did. I thought it was great to see a Morgan centric episode to find out his backstory, or a little bit. When was the last time we seen him? Like season, was it 4? In that building or whatever that they showed at the beginning. Um, but yeah, it was great to see his progress from there, because that was the last time we seen him, and then we see him now, and he's like this Aikido master. It's just like, well, where did he pick that up? So it was really cool to see where he picked that up, and that he was basically completely crazy. He was just completely gone, PTSD, a lot of bad stuff happening, and he just couldn't handle it. And he's out there, he's killing everything he sees, good or bad, and he stumbles upon this, you know, hermit, basically this hermit, Zen master Eastman, and this whole relationship where Eastman takes him in and sees potential in him. Luckily, Eastman was like a psychiatrist or something in the previous life, so that helped. That where he just didn't try to kill him. He knew that Morgan had some problems, and he wanted to help him, and it was a great episode of redemption, of trust. The trust that Eastman had is just, I don't know if I could have that type of trust from just a complete stranger that comes in bloody and madman and wanting to kill you. I don't know if I would have that same type of trust. It just shows you how great a man Eastman was, or became. We see, he tells about his past, that there was a lot of he had a lot of problems in his past as well with that. What was the guy's name that he ended up starving to death? It was Dallas, or Dallas something. It was just. I don't have it here. Oh, I can't find it. Um, but that guy, that the story that Eastman told about that guy, that Dallas guy, was what was just terrible. It was a terrible story, and I mean heartbreaking story, not terrible. Just a heartbreaking story, and so a lot of that stuff happens, today. Um, and the you know what he had to go through, and what he felt after this man killed his family. And we find out that his family wasn't taken by the walkers or anything to do now. It was to do in the previous world, when things were, before this outbreak, that this psychopath killed his family, killed his 2 children and his wife, and they basically didn't do anything about it. It just seems just like insane. But and it shows, the breakdown that Eastman had, that where he alluded to, he brought this guy back to this cabin and put him in that the little the cage that he had, and then he kind of stopped there. It's like, well, what happened next? What happened next? And then we find out that he really went through it. I mean, he let this guy starve to death, and it took like 45 days, and it kind of broke Eastman too. I mean, to see this happen, and he says, I mean, it didn't change anything. It didn't change anything. It didn't make him feel any better. And that's when he went down this path of Zen, basically, of peace, of inner peace, to just not kill anybody, which is a wonderful philosophy. But in this type of new world, it's probably kind of deadly as well. Um, if you want to live basically on an island, like they were, or off the beaten path, it kind of works. But even though that's what everyone should apply themselves to be as, um, in this type of world now with the walkers, it's kind of hard to do, especially when you have people like the wolves who are out to get everybody. And so, but him training Morgan, and Morgan slowly coming out of his PTSD, and really coming alive again and becoming himself again, and this inner peace that he was getting. And then the whole thing, reverts back when Eastman got bit, and I was just like, I just threw my hands up, like, well, there you go. I mean, and from a walker that Morgan killed previously at the beginning of the episode, the young kid or whatever that he killed, and he just left go, and he turned into a zombie. And that's the one walker that bites Eastman. I mean, it's just like, wow, really, really. I mean, unbelievable. And Eastman was just like, I mean, not pissed about it, or I mean, he didn't really seem like. I mean, he was still calm and accepted it, and that was it. That was it. And um, the whole training scene that they had was great. Him learning how to do this Aikido and to defend himself, and everything about this episode was great. I really enjoyed it. And then we see at the end, he's talking to the actual one of the wolves. He's going to try to redeem this guy, but I don't really think it's going to be possible. Just like with the guy that killed Eastman's family, that Dallas guy. Some of these men or people are beyond saving, unfortunately. That they are so far gone, kind of like all these wolves are, that they were bad to begin with, and they had a lot of problems, and they've adapted into this savage society now, and they're basically beyond fixing, unfortunately. But I'm sure he's going to try, even though this guy said, I'm going to kill your kids, their kids, all the kids here, everybody. I mean, and I think it's a bad decision having him around. I think it's going to come back to bite them, because Morgan already let those other ones leave before, the previous episode, I think it was, or yeah, I think it was the previous one, and they're the ones that ambushed Rick, and that had the problems with Rick at the RV. And I mean, there's always consequences to certain things, and a lot of these got these the wolves. I don't think you can redeem them. I really don't. But he might try. I mean, he's probably going to try. He's probably going to keep that secret for a while, and I think it's going to be a bad idea. But anyway, guys, great episode. I didn't mind that we didn't see, what happened to Rick or what happened to Glenn. I mean, you got to be patient. We're going to have episodes like this. I didn't mind it one bit. We will get to Rick. We will get to Glenn. We see at the end there, somebody says, "Open the gate." We hear that at the end. I mean, who is that? Is it Daryl? Because I don't think it was Rick. I don't think. It might be Daryl. But right there, that ending, that to be continued. And you just want another episode right now. You just want to find out what happens. But this episode was cool. I really enjoyed it. So now we're caught up now with Morgan, and his what he's been up to. But I mean, it really shows that Morgan's hanging on by a thread, because we've seen a lot of those scenes, after Eastman was bit as well. You get that tunnel vision, and he was just like seeing red, like he reverts back into this anxiety, this tunnel vision. That's he wants to stay out of that. He wants to stay away from that. But uh, so I think he's hanging on by a thread. I really do. I think something's going to possibly might set him off, where he just goes completely crazy again. I mean, who knows? Something's coming that's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. The wolf, one of the wolves, that guy's going to get out or cause trouble, or something's going to snap in Morgan, and he's going to go crazy. Rick might go crazy that he finds out he's keeping this guy, this wolf or whatever, uh, hidden away, or something's going to happen that's just going to be craziness. But yeah, anyway, guys, if there's anything I might have missed, please write in the comments below. Please give a like, would appreciate it. But that will do it for me for this episode for The Walking Dead. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.